All right, so we've got LiveCount Pro should have your global favorite set up now. The other program that we use all the time is also a Trimble program. It's called Enterprise. So we're going to go ahead and go through opening it up and setting up some templates and just kind of explain a little bit about how it is made. The symbol, or how we have it organized. The symbol looks like a little beach ball. It's orange and blue, kind of folds in on itself. If you can't see it here, then scroll down. It's also a Trimble software. So go down to Trimble, and then you should see Enterprise 8. So there's several others that have the little beach ball. Don't worry about anything except for Enterprise 8. Those are more back-end database management programs. So click on Enterprise 8. You should see a window pop up that looks something like this. It might say, or when you hit connect, it might say the specified user was not found. If it does, then just send me an email or come tell me or whatever, bbrock@marathonelectrical.com. Let me know that you're getting that error message, and I can use your email address to figure out what your username is and get that error resolved. It might not have the computer name listed. The computer name is going to be METS1, just like it says here. I'll hit connect. Sometimes it might throw you an error that says something about the specified security server could not be found. I can walk you through how to fix that. That's not a very common problem, but if it's your first time logging in, you might have that issue with both LiveCount and with Enterprise. But anyways, once you get in, this is in general how it looks. This is they call these a grid. So this is the grid of all of the individual projects we've got, and it's from, since we started using Enterprise. So we got 1,300 projects in here, and some of these are test jobs, and some of these are training. A lot of these are probably estimates, though. Anyways, so we don't really use the AccuBid templates or example projects folders. Pretty much everything that we do for real is in the Marathon folder. The contracting is specifically for project managers, and it's broken down into the different divisions, and they each have their years. And then everything in estimating, we've got in electrical estimating, and we've got it broken down by year. And then inside of here, we've got the different projects for the year. They're listed alphabetically here, and then also they've got a number associated with them that you can right-click and do sort ascending to show you, that's more or less the chronological order of what we've been doing and how we've been pricing it. Anyways, so as a beginning, I'm going to open up this training project. So begin, just go through some layout stuff. I'm going to open up this training project. Austin Maynard, who's probably our most recent guy that's started to learn Enterprise, and helpful. Anyways, so when I get inside of here, you'll notice it took me straight to takeoff. Austin had some takeoff that he'd already counted and entered. We're mostly just going to look at column layouts and take a look at exactly what columns we want to look at, and go through some of the specifics of how Enterprise is set up for your computer. So I'm going to go to Menu, Settings, Options. And here in this, it may have popped up looking just like this, which we'll get to that in a second. But just go through this list. Confirm deletions, yes. No. Let's see, there's a few things. This expand grouped grids, yours probably says no. Go ahead and change that to yes. Auto open last project. You can fool around with some of these. but that's the only one in here that I know of. We need to change this takeoff measuring device. Yours probably says none right now. Go ahead and change that to live count. Not live count cloud, but just regular live count. Auto launch live count, no. See, use advanced takeoff, no. But then there is this new takeoff mode. Yours probably says inline. Go ahead and change that to detailed. And then audit trail calculations. Yours probably says on demand. Go ahead and change that to always. Let's see, appearance. You can mess around with this stuff too if you really want to. Those are the major things to go ahead and change. The expand group grids and takeoff measuring device, new takeoff mode, audit trail calculations. Those are the primary ones to look at and make sure it's updated. Change that. I didn't actually change it. I selected the same thing I already had. Anyways, also, while we're here, before we actually talk about this program at all, we go to layouts and go ahead and go to, let's see, go ahead and go to this marathon summary layout. What that does, it affects all the columns that you currently have. It kind of changes the way that it looks, changes the columns to be what we're pretty much used to seeing. I just clicked on extension right there, and what I want to do is in layouts, so I'm on marathon summary right now, go ahead and click manage layouts and do insert after and just call it my local layout. You can put your name, whatever, copy it from marathon summary. We don't want to save it as a global. We want it to just be your local layout. That way, if you mess around the columns or something, it doesn't affect everyone else. And hit OK. So when you have my local layout selected, looking in this extension screen, this doesn't make any sense yet, but it will as time goes on. The attributes, item description, quantity, net cost, cost adjustment. I'm actually going to take this vendor price and move it to the left of net cost. That way when we update vendor pricing, when we go through extension videos, it make more sense. And then all of the other information, I'm going to take this cost code 8, click and drag, pull it down until you see that X. What that does, that just removes the column. Removes that column, click and drag, remove that column. And labor condition, I'm going to click and drag, move it down, remove that column. That way we're as concise as we really can be for now. And just as far as columns and enterprise go, when you right click on a column header, you can do add, remove columns. And as you learn what information is in these columns, you can add them back or take them back off. Anyways, so those columns, and then we're going to go to one other place, go to takeoff, and go to this database right here. I'm going to go to job items, click on that folder, job items, and you should have a series columns that looks a lot like this. Manufacturer, which doesn't matter, description, cost, labor, measure type, price unit, labor unit, marathon labor code, marathon material code, material condition, labor condition. So that's perfect. anyways, this is just a brief introduction, just setting up a few preferences inside of Enterprise. When we actually make a project for the tutorials, we'll dive head first into the specifics of what we'll be doing and what all these different tabs look like and how to set it up. It's just a brief overview to get some options set straight and get some columns set straight and get you on your own layout so that you can make modifications to columns and order and all that stuff as it goes. And as you do your takeoff and look at it and try to make sense of it. Anyways, that's it.